Hi everyone. Welcome to I Love Keto. I'm Dave. MJ is not here, as you can see. She is working, and today I'm going to see if I can show you how to make the best cup of coffee you ever had. It's a keto coffee, and it's a little bit different than regular coffee, but you'll see as we get into it. I have to apologize too. It's been quite a while since I posted a video, and for all you subscribers out there that have been looking for a video, I've been busy trying to get this one together. So I have compiled just about everything I need except for this portion of it. So let's get to it. We start our keto coffee journey at Ben's Beans in Putnam, Connecticut. It's the home of the organic coffee. One of the best roasters in Connecticut, I believe. We got a great location there. It's a nice little town. Many different brands of coffee or flavors of coffee at a great facility and some great people. Okay, so like I had said earlier, we're going to be doing coffee, and what I use for my coffee is this little pot here that you can see it pours from the bottom, and on top is a temperature gauge. Pretty important when it comes to making this pour over coffee. In my opinion, pour over is the only way to go. I think if Peter McKinnon watches this, he will say the same thing. Tucked away in a corner here is my coffee bean grinder, and I will grind up some coffee in just a second. I will save you the trouble of listening to that and just grind some up and have some ready. All right, give me a second and I will get that done. Also, I forgot to mention that the coffee we're going to be using today is from the only place that we get our coffee from, Ben's Beans out in Putnam, Connecticut. And this is a new one for me. I have never tasted this one before. I am anxious to taste some. This does have tasting notes of chocolate, caramel, and it's kind of a bold. So, but this is a medium dark roast coffee. So I'm kind of excited about that. So we'll open that up and grind some up and see what it tastes like. All right, so we turn the water on. Have to get that boiling. You can see that there's a little dark area in here, right in this area. Once that red needle comes around to that, it's ready to make coffee. So while that's getting going here and coming to a boil, I'm going to take the coffee beans from here that have already been ground up, and it's in that lower section here. I also have to put a filter in. So let's get to that portion of it. Now, as you can see here, the ingredients that go into this coffee to make it a keto coffee, or some people call it a bulletproof coffee, it's some cinnamon. This small red container is turmeric, and underneath that is the ghee. And ghee is clarified butter, is pretty much what it is, but it's from grass-fed cows. So those are the ingredients that go into that. I will put those in and That water's I can just hear it starting to get going here, so stand by, you can watch me kind of get these things together. So I now have that filter in here, but you have to wet it. So I am going to turn on the faucet here and just kind of let that down. Put it off to the side because I have to put some of those ingredients in here. I have to put the ghee in here. I'm also going to put some MCT oil, which I neglected to say before. And here's the MCT oil. As well as some salt, some pink Himalayan salt right here. So let me get this stuff going. I'm gonna move camera position here so that maybe it'll be easier to see this way. First thing I'll put in is the MCT oil. Now what this MCT oil does is it helps with weight management, but it also helps to get, it's good for the brain. It helps to get the fat that I'm going to be putting in there with the ghee. It helps to get that up to the brain where it's, your brain survives on a lot of fat, so that's what it requires. That's 2 teaspoons. That's what I put in mine. Now I want to put the ghee in. It's kind of an order pattern that I put it in. It's best for what I do. Now this is just about a full teaspoon. Okay. In case you, I don't know if any of you have ever seen it. Of course, this is the end of it. I've got to buy some more ghee. And that's the ghee that I've been using. All right, and that's all that goes in there. Now, I'll put the coffee grounds, or the ground coffee in. It's kind of a coarse ground. I don't know if you can see that on camera. Yeah, you can see that. It's a coarse ground. Medium coarse, actually. So I've already measured how much is supposed to go in here. So I know already it's 2 of these scoops. That's the proper amount for this size cup. Now I'll put in some cinnamon, and I usually eyeball this. It's like 3 or 4 little shots of it that comes out of there. And 4 little shots of the turmeric, the ground turmeric. Now, what this also is going to do for me and for you is the turmeric's going to help with inflammation. First thing in the morning, your body is kind of all inflamed. It's been laying there all night, so it kind of swells up a little bit. And this is going to help with some of that inflammation. It's going to get rid of the, I know I said inflamed, but it's inflammation. And it's going to get rid of some of that inflammation. I am going to put in just a little bit of fresh ground salt. That goes in the bottom. Now, I want to this is what I do. I kind of mix the cinnamon and the turmeric up with the coffee grounds. Then I kind of level it off, which is what you should do. The water is ready. So this is the first pour. It's just enough to cover the grounds. And you can see the bubbles there. That's what you want. You want this to kind of aerate, kind of set those grounds in the hot water. And just let that sit for a bit. For about a minute or two. In the meantime, I'm going to put these ingredients away. Now we're going to actually pour this water in here and make this full cup of coffee now. It's just little circles in the center. This is the way I like to do it. Some people go all the way to the edges and you'll see that, but this is what I do. It works well for me. I guess that's all that matters, right? It still makes a great tasting cup of coffee. And it's almost a half cup, as you can see already, so that's going to finish it off really well. All right, that's it. I'm going to throw these grounds away. Oh, it smells so good. Oh. I have to try some black here. It's really good. Oh, man. Well, like I said before, I hadn't tasted this coffee before. This specific blend that they have. Before I put cream or anything else in it, I want to make sure I give it a good taste. Oh man, that's really good. I'm gonna put a little cream in there. Not too much. I don't mind it black, it tastes very well. So we've finally finished this coffee, or we finished making it. If you've never tasted a coffee like this, and I'm sure many of you haven't, especially with ghee in it, the cinnamon, there's a little bit of sweetness with that cinnamon, and the turmeric is a little bit on the tart side. So it has a little bit of a bite, not peppery bite, but it just makes for a great cup of coffee. It really does, and it's good for you. It's got the fats that you need, the MCT oil, which helps with all that, transferring everything from the bloodstream up into the brain, and the coffee is like the bus that takes it all there. So if you like coffee, you're gonna love this, really. I'm gonna take one more sip. All right, thanks Michelle at Ben's Beans. I wish MJ was here to enjoy this cup of coffee with me. This is my second today. Just saying. All right. Like I said, I'll have all the links in the description below for everything that you need to make this coffee, the recipe and the whole thing. So try it out. You're gonna like it. And if you're doing keto, this is the way to start your morning. That and then plenty of water throughout the rest of the day. Okay. See you soon. Enjoy.